So headlock, I've actually seen a fighter who fights like this. It is funny because it worked every time for him. And it's a guy I used to meet in the clubs, and I saw him fight like 2 or 3 times outside the clubs, and it would always make me laugh because everybody would get caught up with this. And his technique was simple as this. He would walk up to the guy, come over here. He would come over, he would talk to him here, always in this angle. And as he would be like here, and the guy would never think to just turn around and face him. He would basically be like, what's the... He would come in, boom, here, grab, and just start whack, whack, hammering the head. And the guy finished fights like that. Most people ended up putting me in a headlock. So now, most people are like, they would sit like this, go start throwing the punch, and they're like, and they're taking the punch, and they're like, and they have no clue what to do. And he would crank the neck so hard, and he would just go right into the nose, bam, bam, and you just see the blood coming, and it would work every single time. That was his technique on how to finish a fight. And it worked for him. So we're going to show you the defense against that, okay? Move the helmets out of the way. So, put me in a headlock. I'm going to go slow for this one. So headlock, what do I want to watch? I want to watch this over here, the neck cranking, right? He's blocking the artery from the blood from going to the vein, to my head, okay? Squeeze. Okay, tap. Okay, that's, see, right there is enough for me to feel it. So I have this to worry about. Okay, what else do I have to worry about? Him releasing the hand and the punch is coming in right to the head. Okay, now this is very, very effective. Again, you're getting straight blows to the head at the same time you're getting your neck crank. Okay, what do I want to do? The first thing I want to do, if he goes for the punch, I want to try to bring up my hands and block that punch from hitting my head. The first thing I want to do, is tuck in my head. So if I take any punches, I take them on top of the forehead. Okay, and not in the facial area. Again, facial area is the most sensitive place. You actually broke your knuckles a few times.
Well, anytime you give a shot to this, the frontal bone is way harder than anybody's knuckles.
Yeah, so, this is why I always say, I prefer hitting open hand. Yeah, sometimes you might go into knuckles. When I used to work as a doorman, I would hit open hand. A couple of times I hit, closed fist, and that's because I was wearing my leather gloves, and every time I wore them, I felt almost safer with them. It was really weird mentally. I don't know if it happens with you, but I would wear these big, thick gloves, and I would feel more like as if I was wearing boxing gloves, so my brain would associate almost into, but in most of the times, I would hit open hand.
I work with doormen, and out of all of us, well, me it's twice, because I'm a smarter one, but 3, 4, 5 time broken fist, it's normal, it's standard, like all of them. And hockey fighters is even way worse, man. I have friends that have hands like this, all deformed and stuff. It breaks very easily. Whenever you hit somebody anywhere in the head, or even if you miss, if you connect, you will break your fist. That's the guarantee. And once you break your fist, I've been in this situation, you don't know why at a time, but the fight is out of you. You're fighting, but you don't really feel like it anymore. You don't mean it anymore. You don't know why, but really you see, because your body's telling you, you broke a bone, you shouldn't be punching with this no more. It's not a good thing.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So if you're here, the first thing I want to do is try to bring up my hand. If he has me in a headlock before he throws his punch, tuck in my head, I want to trap. And where do I want to trap? I want to trap from the elbow, okay? So I want to try to trap the elbow and stick it right to his body, right? So if I'm here, the first thing I'll do, I'll trap the elbow, I'll try to come over here. From then this hand will come around here, into the face and neck crank. Into the eyeball. Now, I don't want to tell you go into the eye, go into the nose. Anywhere I go. Anywhere I go is enough for me to go crank the neck. As I crank the neck, I use the back leg and I pick myself up this way. Okay? From there, again, disrupt the balance. I can strike the groin, right? I could come here, I could try to buck him, I can strike the throat, I could come in with an elbow, I could come in headbutt. Okay? So this is pretty much the only thing you can do, okay? Chris, come over here. Sit down, stay over here.
Yep.
Put on the helmet, Chris. One second. What I want you to do, Sir Dan.
On the gloves? On the headlock?
Yeah, the headlock.
Should be the left.
Yeah, you don't need both of them. Okay, so what I want to see you do for the first part of the drill, you're going to go live. You're going to put him in a headlock, and you're going to start hammering away his face. Very light. Okay. Your goal for the first part, Chris, is take the least amount of hits as possible. Okay?
I don't defend myself.
No striking. All I want you to do is work on trapping that weapon hand. Try to take the least amount of hits. responding as quickly as possible to trapping both his hands, coming around, bringing your hand up, trying to pin that arm to his body as much as possible and as fast as possible. Okay? So go start in a headlock.
Okay.
And wait, the first part of the drill, we're going to start it like this. After we're actually going to do it like from a natural stance where you're just going to go around and start punching. Okay? But for now, I just want to work on that tucking in your head and trapping that arm. Go. Start from there. Good. Break. Turn around, don't move. That's it. He was exactly what position? Turn around here, towards the camera. That's it. Trap this arm, and he trapped it. When you're trapping, you always want to trap the person's limb to his body here. So if he's moving, you move with him. Right? Go again.
I start from a headlock.
Start from a headlock.
Here.
Wait, I don't want to see your hands. Put your hands, put your hands like, your hands would technically be like here on his leg or something. Right? Whenever I want, go. That's it. Good. He managed to get the 2 first shots. Break. Good job. He managed to get the 2 first shots in. Right? Again, it would have been in the face, would have been in the head. Who knows? But what I liked what he did, he took the first 2 shots, but he trapped it right away. Okay? Now go from a position where you're talking, not talking, just go from here, and just go for the headlock from any position. Go from, so stay right here, so if you're here, I just want you to, like, as if you're talking to him. Anytime you want, wham, go around. Again, no striking, Chris.
Hold on. What if he doesn't get it?
The headlock?
Yeah, doesn't matter. You got out of it.
Yeah, if you don't get it, you don't. But I want you to come in a position. Yeah, this is another very common thing.
People jump into a headlock.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
run and just go.
Whack! You know, it's funny because I was walking downtown and I had a friend of mine who, as a joke, knew I taught, and as I'm walking downtown, middle of daylight, right, full of people everywhere, he jumps and he puts me in a headlock without me. I don't know who it is. So as I'm walking, he jumps, he puts me in as he puts me in the headlock, and I'm walking alone. I'm like all, relaxed. I'm not even thinking somebody's going to attack me in the middle of downtown full of people. He goes by. As I feel the headlock, my first instinct was, whoa, I slipped. That's what I just did. So as the headlock came in, go for headlock. As he came in, I went, whoa, and I went whack, and I threw him right across the wall, bam, head first. And I looked at him and said, what are you, stupid, jumping me like that? But people do attack like this, especially like outside working clubs, multiple attackers. The guy's gonna come behind, he doesn't expect, it's a surprise attack. Go again. Ready? Chris, look at me, he's gonna attack you from the back. Right. Oh, good.
I'm good.
Good. Now,
My luck, that's not so good. You're not supposed to be on the ground.
yeah, the thing is, it was a great defense where he managed to block it, but he took him to the ground, right? Let's say he took him to the ground, he did his first strike, but I'm 2 of his buddies. Ground, boom, 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 you're getting stumped.
Wait, it's good. Just get up right away.
That's it, if you're down. But the thing is with being down on the ground, right now you put him down to the ground, now you're fighting him on the ground.
Tangled up.
Tangled up, you gotta think of how you're gonna get up, how you're gonna escape, does he have a weapon, where's his friends? Again, you always have to look at it from I always look at every scenario as a multiple attacker scenario. Because in most cases, you're gonna fight one-on-one, but in most cases, you've probably seen this, it's always unfair fight. You're 2 or there's 3 or whatever. Expected, okay? So let's go again, but just don't take him down to the ground. One more time. So what I want you to do, Chris, imagine let's just, hypothetically speaking, you're outside the club and you're talking to me. I'm your buddy. Or I'm the guy. That's it, good. Come on, sit down. Break.
Awesome. Right away.
Trapped right away. His reaction was instant. Okay? Great work. Thanks, Chris. So it was great work. Now in terms of striking, come over here. We don't need to cover the striking with a helmet because it's pretty simple. Once I'm here and I trap, what do? Crank the neck. Use your hip. Now I saw another move that somebody had taught me is to come up here and swipe the leg and just slam him straight down to the ground backwards. But again, it depends on how much force I'm going to be coming into, right? How big is he? But for sure, no matter how big he is, once I move the head and I crank the neck, right, the person's head was going to move.